If I could just give you a little tape of all of my parent-teacher conferences for the first 19 years of my life, they would all play exactly the same. Every single PTA hallway meeting my mom had with the teachers, every single official parent-teacher meeting, all of them, every principal meeting, they all went this way. We really like Curt around here. He has a lot of energy. Curt talks too much. Curt talks too much. For 19 years, and I had a lot of good teachers. You know, on the old-fashioned report card where they put a S for satisfactory, or I can't even remember what they put, because I only got the U. I got the U for unsatisfactory. And I'd always get the U right next to disturbs others. Curt talks too much, Curt talks too much, Curt talks too much, Curt talks too much. Then when I was 20 years old, a guy named Ron handed me a Bible and he said, you ought to try preaching. And after the very first time I preached, everyone stopped saying Curt talks too much. And they're like, go ahead, talk some more. You could talk some more. What was my biggest liability turned into my biggest strength. The one thing everyone tried to get out of me, God was trying to develop in me. I don't know what it is for you, but I know it's something. What you think is a liability, what you think is broken about you, what you think is not quite right about you, God's just looking at it and saying, would you just let me reveal what that can become in my hands? Here's your last point, write it in. Commitment to the church, commitment to the family of God reveals God's purpose for my life. Look at this, Ephesians 4. It simply says, instead, speaking the truth in love, we will grow to become in every respect the mature body of him who is the head, that is Christ. From him, the whole body, joined and held together by every supporting limit, here, get this, grows and builds itself up in love as each part does its work. How does the church grow? How do we go into this next season and just see life transformation like we've never seen here before at Bayside? And by the way, I want to tell you, as your pastor, I'm not discouraged. I'm not worried. I'm not listening to the news reports and backing off and thinking there's all sorts of problems. I've never been more filled with faith than I am right now. Because I think out of all the disruption, God's going to do a deeper, better, more profound work. If we'll do the two things this verse says. The church grows in love as each one does their part. See, if I love you but I don't serve, we're not gonna grow. And if I serve but I don't do it with joy and love and devotion, we won't grow. But if we love one another and each one does their part, then God's gonna do something above and beyond what any of us have expected or asked for or imagined. Amen?